Today's episode is all about how to power up your client journey whilst using a Dubsado system. For those of you that don't know what it is, I created a free masterclass called Power Up Your Client Journey with Dubsado. We talk about Dubsado, the benefits, and your business whilst using Dubsado. Hello, you're listening to the Courageous Goals podcast. This podcast is for high-achieving, courageous women who want growth and the know-how to scale their business online. Running a business is a journey and a process. The more we learn in action, the more we succeed. If you're a woman in business, this is the podcast for you. Be in the 5% of businesses that make it. Let's get bold and create the life we desire. I'm bringing my passion to you through advice, coaching, inspiration, and support to help you create and design the life and business you want to live. I am a Dubsado expert, CPD certified in social media platforms, and a lover of admin systems and processes. I am an accredited ICF coach, specialising in trauma and narcissism. My own coaching journey has supported my growth immensely, and I want to share those highlights with you to inspire and give you courage. Let's get intentional with our goals and make them happen. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Courageous Goals podcast. So today I'd like to talk to you about how you can power up your client journey whilst using a system that works for you. And of course, we all know it's going to be about Dubsado. So recently I actually launched an episode all about the client experience, client journey, whatever it is you want to call it. It's about your client experience and knowing how important it is to have a system in place. Now, that can be manually or it can be with a system in place. Now, you can get things in a process with a clear customer client experience and have that all done manually. And that's absolutely fine if that works for you. But you can also have it done with a system that works for you to give you workflows which are automated if you set them up correctly. So I've actually just released a free masterclass which is called Power Up Your Client Journey with Dubsado. And within that masterclass, we talk about Dubsado, the benefits of Dubsado, and your business with Dubsado. And in the masterclass, we go over things like what is Dubsado, what it can do for you, what you need to have Dubsado, and then the benefits, so how you can create beautiful forms, how you can manage your projects, workflows and automations to give an unforgettable client experience, and then your business and Dubsado itself. So my recommendations for the best 3 features, how you can use it as a coach, and then my top tip overall. This masterclass I feel is really important because it gives an overview about Dubsado. It also lets you know what the benefits are and how you can use it with your packages, your system as you have it. But it also lets you know how you can use it as a coach and potentially as a different service-based business. So if you're a website designer, a photographer, if you're in the wedding industry or anything like that, you can adapt it to really work for you. You just need to know how. And sometimes it's not always easy to know how to use a system because, you create an account, you log in for the first time, and you just see the system like staring back at you. And it's just like, oh my gosh, how do I work this thing? Where do I even start? And I always go for the settings first. I always want to make sure that I've got like all of my information inputted into the system. So that's all correct. Anything that needs connecting, that's all done. So that's the first place I always go to. But then after that, I'm totally like stuck. I'm just like, oh, okay, where do I go? And then I feel overwhelmed. I then procrastinate And if any of you received my emails, you might have seen an email that went out a month or so ago about how I can really procrastinate over procrastinating. And I found it absolutely hilarious. When my coach pointed it out to me, I was just like, oh my gosh, is that what I'm doing? It was absolutely crazy. And that's the feeling you get when you log into a system for the first time and you have no idea how to use it. But of course, when I set mine up, I had the support of the lovely Kate, and at the same time, I had the support of Dubsado. They also have their own tutorial videos, which are really, really good. There's a lot of them, but they are really, really good. And that's how I've really dived in and spent hours and hours on setting up Dubsado and really making it work for me, as well as adapting it over the last year or two to really understand it and make it easier for my clients so that they know the process, they know what's going to happen. And part of that is actually knowing, the emails that you would write to them to get a project done. So canned emails is a brilliant, brilliant thing. So in this masterclass, it goes over all of those little things. So what it is, what it can do for you, how you can set reminders, how you can, oh gosh, does anyone ever write the same email time and time again? How much easier would it be to have a canned email where you've written that email like hundreds of times, maybe, depending how long you've been in business, and to have it just that written once as a canned email in Dubsado, and now it actions the email for you. It's just like mind-blowing, it really is. And of course, you use the clever smart fields within Dubsado. So whoever is receiving that email, it actually addresses that person's name. And if needed, it addresses the person's details and stuff like that. So it's really, really clever. In the masterclass, I also go over what you need in your business to use Dubsado. And then I go over a quick overview of like the beautiful forms that you can create, your projects and how to use them in the best way, workflows and automations, and then how to give an unforgettable client experience. And then I kind of summarize all of that. And then after that, I go through like the best features and my top tips, etc., for using Dubsado. So this, really works well if you know your processes, if you have a system that already works for you, but you just don't actually have it digitalized yet. So if you've got a process written on paper or on a project management tool or something like that, you can really then just move it all over and implement it in Dubsado. So it's about creating a positive attitude in your workplace. It's about working with your business to make it easier for you day to day and to make it easier on your mind so that you're not always thinking, what do I need to do? That client, I've just onboarded her, so what needs actioning now? And it's just, having a system that works for both you and your clients. And ultimately, it really does give the client a VIP experience because they're receiving all of these things from you, really streamlined, easy to do. They know what's going to happen next. And if, like me, you choose to sign up to Dubsado, there's also the client portal, which is absolutely brilliant. And that's where your client can sign into their portal and access everything they need to access. So they can access scheduler links if you've booked any sessions or meetings. They can access any emails that you've exchanged between each other, questionnaires. They can access their contract that they've signed. It's really, really good. So, have you watched the masterclass? Did you get anything from it? What's your feedback? What's your experience of my masterclass? If you haven't, you are welcome to access this for free. It's available online in the show notes. If it's not obvious where you can find it, you're welcome to message me or join the free Facebook community and you can ask me all about it. But I absolutely loved creating this masterclass. I really did. And it actually took me a while to work out what I wanted to create this masterclass on specifically. And then all of a sudden, like most things, when you forget about it for a while and focus on something else, it then just came to me. And I was just like, okay, That's what I'm going to do this masterclass on. And then it just really worked well. So if you haven't watched it, please do go and watch it. It will support you in getting your processes in place, even if you don't use Dubsado. You know, it is mostly focused around Dubsado, but you will still benefit from it because it will really show you, actually, I need this in place and I need to do this and do that. Even if it's just a simple list that you kind of tick off along the way when you onboard clients or when you work with clients or whatever it is. Anyway, Dubsado Lab is now out there. It is live, it's on the website. If you would like to sign up to Dubsado Lab, it is a DIY course that is mostly aimed at coaches, and yet other service-based businesses will hugely benefit. It will show you how to set up your Dubsado account and learn how to maintain it going forward in your coaching business. So why have someone set it all up for you when you can do it yourself and learn how to use it at the same time? Yes, it is time consuming and you do need to have the time to, dedicate to it. But the idea of this course is it's online. You will get access to absolutely everything as soon as you have decided you want the course, that the course is for you, and you can do it in your own time when you need to. There are videos, there are workbooks, there's also a playlist on my YouTube channel for extra Dubsado support, and there's also the free community in my Facebook group, and you are welcome to ask Dubsado questions in there. So if you do have any questions, you're welcome to ask me. And I look forward to hearing your thoughts, either at the end of this episode or if you watch the masterclass itself. If you've got any feedback or you've got any questions, please do let me know. Thank you so much for listening to the Courageous Goals podcast. I really hope you've enjoyed today's episode and taken something of value for you. If you'd love more advice, coaching, inspiration and support, head on over to join many other courageous women in business in our free community group over on Facebook. We'd love to welcome you. You can also find free useful resources over on the website at leannebrown.com/resources. Right, that's all for this week. I look forward to sharing another episode with you next week.